And so it begins once more with feeling.
More feeling than
Monday. Nothing happens in Cleveland.
So Cleveland then.
Yes.
Sorry to anybody, by the way, that lives in Cleveland.
I'm apologizing.
Yeah, no, nor should you. By the way, I'm John Ritland. This is
The Durbinator.
Yes.
Hello.
Look, there were a couple good matches, but I got some shit to say. One, I was going to rant about the fact
Is it Monday already?
Yep. Is it a day that ends in Y is what you were going to say next. There were no women on this show. Apparently they were all on the Australian tour. Okay.
You know, what greater way than the week before Crown Jewel than to not feature them on TV?
Oh, come on, Chris. They featured a woman on TV in multiple segments that wasn't a backstage interviewer. Come on, Chris. We'll get to that. Don't worry. There were recaps of, but I'm not going to knock the whole thing of the women not being featured.
Yeah.
Because they were on the Australian tour. And good on the Iconics. Apparently they, really enjoyed being there.
The Iconics?
I'm just glad they got featured in front of a crowd that loves them. I mean, I'm just saying. It's just... Anyway, recaps of the Bray, Seth shit. Look, you guys... How
You're not going to capitalize further on Bray Wyatt in this episode. There's no point in replaying this. There's no payoff to the segment. There's nothing built into it. They're probably going to do something on SmackDown because Bray's on SmackDown.
They probably will, but Chris, they keep digging themselves into a hole with this thing.
Yes, they are.
It just...
As they do.
Look, if they don't remove Lawler from commentary, quickly, it is going to get worse.
Yeah.
We don't need a guy that's still making comments like he made in 2003 during the Booker T Triple H feud.
He's not talking about those puppies.
He's not. But he wants to.
Mm-hmm.
It's bad. It's really bad. It's as bad as having JR and AEW commentary. Sorry, I don't need to hear that many old guys that are that out of touch.
Much like politicians, sometimes you just need to change out the old guys.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, alright, that's fine. Ric Flair. I defy anybody to tell me what the fuck this guy was saying. If he is off alcohol, God forbid, he made more sense when he was drinking. Yeah, that's about right. Look, I know that Rick's had a lot of health issues.
And he's old. He's super old.
He's only 70.
That's old.
But also, he's probably 90, really, with much partying and shit. That Ric Flair is one of the greatest of all time. There is no denying that.
He talks like me after my 4th glass of whiskey.
I didn't think you got
plus 50 years.
I was gonna say I didn't think you got drunk.
I can slur a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. There we go.
It's really offensive, and I shouldn't do it on Twitter.
Yeah. What kind of person would make slurs on Twitter? What?
Probably the president. But anyway.
That's true. But this Ric Flair's hyping up the whole Team Flair, Team Hogan thing, which, by the way, was something, again, that TNA, now Impact Wrestling, did at Lockdown 2010.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I just can't get over that. But hey, at least, the Saudi Prince got to something that was in this decade. Besides beheading and dismembering journalists. But anyway, Drew McIntyre is the final member of Team Flair.
Yes, and somehow Flair is the heel?
Yes. Drew McIntyre, by the way, and it's because of the accent, but Drew made much more sense than Ric Flair has made on promos in about the last 5 years.
Hey, at least Team Hogan has a real American hero. And Hulk Hogan.
It was a great tweet by Ali. Good on Drew. He says things things will get uncomfortable. I see that you're already preparing, Drew, for when they go to Saudi Arabia. I will likely watch that live because I watch so you don't have to, and you guys will love to hear my jokes. I will probably just ask.
It's gonna get more uncomfortable than a drunken Scotsman perpetually asking about your mustache.
Did that happen?
Yes.
How many times did that happen?
One specifically.
Oh, just one. Okay.
One very drunken Scotsman. My name is Alan. Yes, I heard you 10 minutes ago, Alan. My name's Jordine, with 2 N's. Okay.
Were there 2 guys? Okay.
Yes, but only one was asking about my mustache.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
But yeah, Drew McIntyre there. And then we get a match. It's Ricochet versus Drew McIntyre. Ricochet, who's on Team Hogan. Which is funny, given how Hogan feels about people like Ricochet.
As long as they're not,
dating,
kissing white women around him, I'm sure it's fine.
Just, good God, Hogan. You're only sorry you got caught. Look, this the match was fine. The match was well worked.
Oh, yeah.
It was. Drew was going to win this. Ricochet sold that Claymore like crazy. There was good action in this.
A lot of great spots. A lot of Ricochet looking like he's gonna win this one, and Drew McIntyre is gonna job out to him, and John will be like, "I fucking called it." But no.
I give it 2 weeks. Drew will be jobbing out.
I know.
Oh no, I hope not. But we get Sarah interviewing Rick during the match. By the way, now you want to talk about a slap in the face of the wrestlers?
Yeah.
Come on. He made no sense. It's like, where are we at? Rick, do you know what century you're in? I mean, fuck. He, again, one of the greatest of all time, but for fuck's sake. And so many superhero lines about Ricochet.
Oof.
By the way, it is not going to make him cool with the kids. Except the stupid kids that like to eat glue. And Ricochet's good. And they didn't have him cut a promo. And that's a good thing. Bring managers back.
Yeah.
Match is good, though. And then we get then we get Drew beating him down, and Ricochet, Brown Man getting beat down, so Hogan's happy, even though Ricochet's on his team. We get a King's Court plug with Rusev. That's the plug. We'll get to the show here in a minute. Cardell Jones, former Ohio State quarterback, is now part of an XFL team, and I don't know which one. I don't care.
Right.
The XFL is going to fail. Styles, Gallows, and Anderson are talking needlessly about beating down the Street Profits. They replay the thing of when they beat down the Street Profits last week.
You see that evil thing that we did? We're such bad guys.
Man, you got three Southern Caucasian men beating down 2 African American men, news of 10.
Yes, and then we get to Aleister Black. He's going to have a match. But Dio Madden pulls a line I was not expecting, which I should have, because it's Dio Madden.
Yeah.
What a terrible night to have a curse. I was like, pulling Castlevania 2 out of the ether.
Before that Aleister promo, if you guys aren't going to give anybody any good goddamn material, please stop it. Like, seriously, it's the same stuff. I did like that line by Dio, though, because I love Castlevania 2. As confusing as it was to beat. I beat it. It was confusing.
It's because the translations were quite literal, and so therefore they were bad.
Yes.
Because you can't do a literal translation of English to Japanese or Japanese to English. You have to adapt.
English to Japanese. I wonder I couldn't fucking read it. Aleister beats a guy named Jason Reynolds, who got in too much offense. It should have been a couple moves. Black mass. That's it.
Yeah.
Then we get an AOP promo. They did 20 takes, and that was the best one.
Yeah, that one was a little weaker than their other promos. Let them speak in their native tongue.
Yeah. Which
Keep
they
the
do.
subtitles.
Yeah.
They can leave the words for the backstage promos and interviews. And just focus on the action when they finally get back in the ring.
Yeah. And then one of them gets injured, and then they're off TV again, which I hope doesn't happen. And then we get to the worst thing of the night. King's Court with Rusev. Rusev, at least he was happy to be there. He's happy to get paid. But King
had a lot to say about Bob Lashley.
Bob Lashley. King says at one point, talking about everybody, and he meant to say and Lana, but he said, and Atlanta is a public figure. King, you're an idiot. I am convinced that you have not been the same for about the last decade. Granted, he's had health issues, but for fuck's sake, get this old
What did Ziggler do to you that day?
Oh, God, he did us a favor, I guess. I mean, he didn't die at least. Hey, he doesn't have to wrestle anymore in WWE. He shouldn't have been wrestling.
Yeah.
I mean, Ziggler...
But anyway, let's get back on this.
This was bad. Rusev deserves so much better. He did have one line, though.
This is an atrocity.
Lana and Lashley in a restaurant. Look, one, I don't know what the fuck Lana was wearing. I don't know why they did the Marge Simpson makeup shotgun, thing with her. In The Simpsons, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Who am I to criticize somebody's makeup as I'm as pale as ever? But for fuck's sake.
Oh, we can't afford makeup for the show.
Could you imagine if we even had a budget? Could you imagine how ridiculous I would look more than I do now? You're imagining something, I know.
Oh. No.
Yeah?
No, that wasn't it at all.
Alright, let's just be honest. This is one of the worst things WWE has done. They've done a lot. They've done some good shit. The Kofi, the Becky, that kind of stuff. They've done a lot of good shit this year. They have.
Yeah.
Despite all the
was
shit
such
booking.
good shit.
It was. Even WrestleMania being like 80 hours long. There was some good stuff.
They've been doing Rusev wrong for a long time.
Yeah. It just... Why do you hate... One, why are you featuring Lana in the Sable role? We do not need... And I'm sorry.
We don't need Rusev to be Mark Marrowed.
No, we don't. Sable was a goddamn gutter slut, is what she was. And we don't need to feature Lana like that. I'm not saying that I really care for Lana necessarily, but she at least has personality. Rusev deserves so much better. Lashley deserves so much better.
Rusev could be so much more in the company.
He could be so much more in any other company. I mean,
we need to reunite Rusev Day.
We do need to reunite Rusev Day. As soon as Aiden is done fawning over Humberto.
That will never stop, but at least Rusev is on Raw.
That's true, and so is Humberto.
Yes.
So,
Humberto Day. Is today, because we also get to Humberto later.
I'm amazed how you can do it. So, by the way, check out Defy Northwest on Twitter. You can catch a video of Tom Lawler, Filthy Tom Lawler, doing an entrance to Kiss from a Rose at
And you can see me dressed as Willy Wonka.
And you can see me dancing like an idiot.
But anyway,
so
let's focus.
Look,
I got us distracted on Humberto Day.
This was absolute dog shit. I'm sorry. I can defend a lot of stuff. I don't know how anybody can defend this. Now, if you guys like this stuff, fine. Mm-hmm. I don't get it, but you want the Attitude Era back? Well, here's all this fucking bullshit. It's bad. It is bad. It's a bad use of everybody. Rusev looks like he wants to leave. And honestly, if he
I think I want to leave.
Fine. Wait, but you live here. Oh, yeah. You're talking if you work there, right? Andrade versus Sin Cara. The winner avoids ice. Boy, I love making things worse, don't I?
Anyway,
moving on. Match was good though.
Yeah.
That was a good way to pass off the joke there. The match was good. I forgot that Sin Cara was still with WWE. I'm sorry. I did. He did great charity work for when the El Paso shooting happened. That was great. It was good that they showed that stuff. And the match was competitive. Sin Cara or Hunico or whoever the fuck's playing. I think it is still Hunico that's playing him.
Yeah, it is.
They work well. Of course, Zelina, gave Sin Cara a face full of her Vega right there, and then Hammerlock DDT for the win. Good match. But then we get to Humberto is the White Ranger, apparently. I don't know why, but whatever.
Well, he had many colors to choose from, but if it wasn't that one, it wouldn't be right.
I cannot believe that. Oh my god, wait. God, how did they get away with that? Anyway, but I think he was trying to say that Andrade's a fruitful opponent, but he just ended up at one point saying, did he say Andrade is a fruit? Like, is he a mango? What is he?
Well, he's not Filipino, so he's not a mango.
Is he? Where do mangoes come from?
It's just a term.
Okay.
But anyway.
So, yeah, we get the Street Profits. Yeah. And the only real good thing that even came out of this stuff was they said, mother lovers, well, mothers love us more.
Ain't nobody.
That was good stuff. 24/7 shit with Truth and the Sings. I hate it. Get rid of the 24/7 championship. You have not just jumped the shark, you fucking nuked the shark and nuked the goddamn ocean. You fried the goddamn planet. And Truth is entertaining. The Sings are also there.
Yeah.
One little, two little Indians. And then we move on with that. What? I'm gonna be worse.
I know.
Crown Jewel plug. Tyson Fury's homophobia will fit in just fine in Saudi Arabia.
Why did they pay him $15 million?
Even if it's half that.
Why did they pay him $15 million?
Did you see my SmackDown review?
No.
Okay. Well, no. I agree with you. They could have taken that money and put it towards causes, all the stuff.
There's a great cause. It's called health insurance for your employees.
Or paying the women, taking that $15 million that you're giving Tyson Fury.
And make Evolution too.
Electric.
Boogaloo.
But also take that money and just put all the women for a down payment on a house or something. I don't know. Give them a bonus. Which they better be taking some of that goddamn money. I mean, Ali's already donating this stuff.
Yeah, because he is the most wholesome human being on the planet.
Besides Kyrie Sane, maybe. I think they're in competition. Ali is a babyface, so.
Oh yeah.
But I get it. They're trying to please the crown prince so nobody gets, their limbs hacked off and everything and stuff like that.
Right.
Allegedly. But there's a fine line between using people. You can't keep relying on the legends. You can't keep doing that. Some people don't want to go over there. The women can't go over there because women are not respected in Saudi Arabia.
That's the problem with theocracies, but global politics aside.
Sarah Schreiber interviews Hawkins and Ryder, and they're like, hey, we're going to win. That's adorable. Sarah's also adorable, but also Hawkins and Ryder thinking they're going to win.
Against the Viking Raiders.
And the Viking Raiders won handily.
What?
By the way, Viking Raiders, the Raw Tag Team Champions. You know when I remember that? When they brought the titles out, because I already forgot. Not because the Viking Raiders aren't good.
You do that with every tag team now.
To be fair, the tag team division's kind of
Are you okay?
Yes?
A little doubt there.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No. By the way, and then all of a sudden we have the guy saying at the restaurant to Lana and Lashley, hey, we need you to leave. Your husband's going to come in. And Rusev shows up.
Hey, we need you to leave. Why? Because you're a black guy sitting with a white woman. I'm sorry.
In Cleveland, and the police are involved.
Yeah.
I'm being worse.
Those are situations that have probably actually happened.
Especially, yeah. Sorry, Cleveland. I'm sure there's some cool people there, but
something's wrong with the U.S. right now.
They're very wrong. Moving on. Yeah, so the most staged bullshit and everything. Lana, I don't know what the fuck Lana was wearing, but it's like, look.
What's wrong with the USA? WWE currently.
Yeah, clearly. Like, look, this Rusev and Lashley. This isn't good. It's not good. If you want to have these guys feud, have them feud for another reason.
Anything.
Have him feud over the fact now he's calling it Lashley Day or something. I don't know. It'd be just as good as the shampoo commercial that never existed that Edge and Booker T fought over. And the sign, they're fighting over shampoo. This was something that happened on the same card with Hogan and Rock. This was shit.
Yeah.
It was shit. And we get Ray out there with an arm injury. Do we know how Ray got injured? Is he selling or is he actually hurt?
I have no idea.
I can't tell with Ray. He did have surgery 5 times in his left knee. I
don't know what that has to do with his elbow.
That was a don't try this at home thing, and they were talking about the injuries. It was years ago. Anyway, Ray speaks from the heart. Thankfully, Dominic was not there. They're giving him more time, as you said.
He's got a great big heart and a worn out for his. I mean, but yeah, he's talking about how it was a family matter. Paul Heyman appears on the Titantron and
Lord Humongous.
And he starts kind of mocking Rey Mysterio and talking about how Brock is prepared for Cain Velasquez, so get this through your thick skull. And Ray turns around and says, no, you get this through your big, thick skull. And then he speaks Spanish, and my first thought was,
yeah.
Okay.
But then Shelton shows up.
Yeah, I wonder why would he show up to Brock Lesnar's defense?
Yeah, by the way, Shelton is Brock's boy. I could have worded that a whole lot better. But
boy.
Also, boy.
Boy.
Minnesota stretching crew comment, or, throwback and everything. And then Kane comes down. Velasquez, by the way, not the mayor of Knox County.
It had to be Kane.
He
didn't get drafted to anyone, did he?
No, he did. Because he needs knee surgery. Basically because his knee is pretty bad, which is great to put him in a match with Brock Lesnar. Kane then chokes out a black man in Cleveland while the police watch. News of 10. Chris, I'm starting to think my jokes are getting offensive.
Well, it's bound to happen eventually.
Yeah, while everybody else noticed right away.
Yeah, reflection usually comes last. I'm sorry.
Roland's interview, where you hear a lot of boos and then they have to turn the mics down because they want to hear, because you don't want to admit that you screwed up with Roland.
No, they're saying boo, earn it down.
Oh, so that should be a hashtag of the video. So, CM Punk chants. You know what? If they were chanting CM Punk, I'm okay with it. They were chanting what during a lot of this? This show was not good.
I mean, it wasn't that bad either. It just was so mediocre that it was hard to care about it.
The matches, some of the matches weren't that bad. He saw
the overall product and the storyline going into this was meaningless drivel.
We then get, because Humberto said something about Rollins earlier, Humberto's there, Rollins says, hey, by the way, this
Yo, I heard what you said.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck you up, boy.
Okay, just because he was Tyler Black doesn't mean he actually talks like he's black. I mean, I had to say it.
What?
I don't know. He challenges him to a match, and, yeah, first ever match on Raw. And then we get Humberto versus Rollins, pretty good. I mean,
This was a great match.
Yeah, there were some moments.
This really built Humberto's stock after being on 205 Live. Anyone who watched 205 Live knows just how skilled Humberto Carrillo is.
He had some good matches on NXT also.
Yeah, it was NXT that when I first took notice of him, I said, like, this guy's gonna be a star.
He does have some.
On the very first match I saw him in, I thought he was gonna be a star. He gets up to 205 Live and he completely knocks it out of the park. And on Raw, his first match is against Seth Rollins. It just goes to show that the company's got some good faith in him.
And they should. Now, it's going to take time with
him. Get injured by Randy Orton and then end up like Mustafa Ali.
Yes.
That makes me sad. Because Mustafa Ali is so much better than Ortonless feuds.
Orton and a lot of people and
he
stuff like
is
that.
much better than a lot of people just in terms of moral standards.
Yeah, but also in the ring. So, we get that. And then at one point, we get Rollins curb stomping the Mexican.
And I am surprised that this did not get broadcast on Fox. It'll be probably played on repeats a few times.
Repeated there. Good. It was good. It was nice.
Yeah.
I mean, the match, sure, it didn't have any build. At least they set it up in a promo before and then did that stuff.
So there was a little sense behind it.
A little. About a penny. But still, it's more sense than some of this shit.
And it was a terrific match.
I want to give
I could not fault this.
I want to give a shout out to Catwoman 13. She started doing some Twitter reaction videos, stuff like that. Keep it up. Really good stuff. So, we get more 24/7 stuff where Truth pins the wrong singing brother. And then they
Zoidberg the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
And I was just, I couldn't help but to laugh at that just because I always used to do the
I do admit that, but it just... Get rid of 24/7 titles. Street Profits entrance, they go through the crowd.
Yeah.
If they do that at Mania, it will take them 8 years to get to the ring.
But you know what? They'll probably do it.
They probably will. It was going to be Styles, Gallows, and Anderson versus
the
Street...
It's supposed to be a 5-hour show. It's a 6-hour show.
It's supposed to be the Street Profits with somebody, but it wasn't somebody, so Styles was sitting outside. Anderson and Gallows, of course, beating down the two black men again. King, referencing stuff like, might as well have just said people like the Street Profits can't be champions, because that's what he was saying. He was calling them uneducated, saying a whole bunch of stuff. He turns heel on a lot of the ethnicities. Weird. Weird. It's almost like he's got some closet racist issues. Along with hating on... Yeah, right. Along with hitting on women that are underage. So, match was fine, though.
So he's from the South.
Memphis, but also Cornette's from Kentucky and learned from his mistakes. Hogan's from Florida, which is South. Moving on.
Yeah.
The match was good. Styles is there, keeps interfering. Eventually Kevin Owens' music hits. That's who the backup was.
I don't know why he didn't show up earlier. They're probably going to have a match between Kevin Owens and AJ Styles at Crown Jewel.
If Owens will go. He didn't go last time.
Yeah,
Sami Zayn.
And it might be on Raw next week.
True. Styles will go because he fits right in there with the homophobia because of his feelings on the gay community. So
yeah, but a good old Southern Christian boy in Muslim territory.
Yeah,
for the right price, I guess.
Right. Eventually, frog splash by Montez Ford, leaping over halfway across the ring. 1, 2, 3. Street Profits win their Raw debut. They need to cut back on the stuff where they do it they talk backstage. I'm not saying that they don't need to ever talk backstage. You built enough foundation. You need to go somewhere with it.
Which I believe they intend to do with the Street Profits.
Here are the positives. So you got a couple of the matches were fine. The matches were fine. D+. I'm sorry. I just couldn't.
D+.
I just couldn't get into it. And I'm sorry, that Rusev, Lana Lashley stuff, it took it from a C+ to a D+. It was bad. D+. You.
I'm going to give it a C-.
Okay.
But there's a poll up here. Whether or not you agree or disagree with us, you can
do the
grade along on the poll. You can leave a comment down below.
You can hit the like.
Or hit the dislike if you dislike the video for some reason. Please leave a comment and let us know.
Yeah, please let me know
Hit
how
subscribe.
much.
Hit the bell.
Do that.
We upload constantly, so if you like your notification system to be wonky, hit that bell.
We pretty much do that. I will have an NWA Power and AEW Dark review. I will have both of those up tomorrow. By the way, again, NWA Power mentioning my review. So weird. But I'm John Ritlin. This is
The Derbinator.
We will be back with an AEW Dynamite review on Wednesday.
Bye.